they're starting to find all kinds of evidence in South America of things that were not supposed to be there because they weren't advanced enough to develop. And they're starting to find out now they found a tribe in South America, which is now Colombia, that there was a race of people that were not connected to the human race as we know it. So they're discovering more and more of the stories that the indigenous people used to say, and they kind of put them as hogwash. And they're finally starting to find out that there was a lot of truth in our knowledge. And when you look at it, some of that knowledge, like a lot of people believe that there are 12 skulls that were in Peru, but there's actually 13 because the one in the middle is the 13th skull that holds all the knowledge together. And all the other 12 transfer that knowledge to the center, just like the 144,000 points within the sacred hoop. So things are starting to develop that they're finally starting to understand that maybe the humans, there were things before the human beings here on the earth that came and went, came and went. And they're starting to say, like, we as native people migrated from Europe, from Asia, back to Turtle Island. But in reality, the footsteps left Turtle Island and then came back. And they're trying to base that the native people migrated because of the bridge between Asia and America, Turtle Island. But then again, our stories said that when we left, the first people that came back would be the yellow race. And they would come across the Bering Strait and they would settle down in Canada or Alaska, Canada, all along the west coast and down into Mexico. And yet, when you look at the lineage, you will find that connection all the way down. But we already had stories about how they would come back and they would follow that pathway. But they refused to understand that the first human beings with the knowledge was on Turtle Island. And yet everybody that left were relatives, and the relatives were coming back. That's why when Christopher Columbus then came to land on Turtle Island, they greeted them with open arms. When the Spanish came into South America, the natives down there greeted them with love and gave them everything they needed. But then again, they found out that these people that were coming back and they were very cruel. And they were bent on conquest, greed. So they started killing off the knowledge. So that's why they don't understand the native people anymore because a lot of that knowledge was lost. But the knowledge itself was retained in certain people. Certain people were given gifts so that they would remember the old ways.